Hello everybody, my name is TheTfboy and welcome back to Transformers Universe, little tips and tricks thing with a frontline. Now, frontline is, I find, very tricky to play, probably one of the hardest tanks to play in the game, and the reason is because I feel, out of all the Transformers Universe spots, aside from maybe like Overclock and Drive-By, he is the weakest in terms of repairing himself. And that's, of course, for anyone knows, it's just because you have to use the Axis S-Tech on them. Which, you know, it's quite effective for what it does, but from what I've noticed in combat, it maybe gives him a little bit of health back, just because enemies are going to be focusing on him. But it doesn't, you know, it's not going to, like, get him that much of an upgrade. It'll maybe keep him from dying while he damages you for a bit longer, but his self-repairing just isn't that good, so that's why I have a couple points in regeneration here and resistance, because he needs to be able to tank. But for the most part, I have a couple in spark, a couple in repairing, just in case I do get a chance, and I have 9 in omni and 10 in spark. Yes, so that's how I have him tuned. As you can see, that gives him a 25% spark increase in damage. Consumable, I have the one that increases the S-Tech gauge, not for repairing, but sometimes for offensively, like the lightning. Actually, more so in the hammer, and sometimes the lightning S-Tech. Mainly because once you get the enemy shield down, you need to finish them off as quickly as you can. And as frontline, you can do that if you have a level 2 S-Tech with this hammer, just because it deals a massive amount of spark damage. But like Monsoon, it does have a bit of a delay, not as long as him, but if the enemy like strays to the left or the right, you can miss him. So you always have to be quite careful, because, you know, the enemy's always going to be more frantic since their spark is gone, or their shield is gone, and they're up a front against a front line. I'm always very careful of this on my Decepticon power port. As soon as my shield is down, I run from frontline, because I know how much damage the hammer can do, and you gotta. It's anyone who can pull it off will do devastating damage to you. It's ridiculous. But yes, this is how I have them tuned. In terms of power cores, I have critical melee hits can disable targets equipped weapon. I use this for the axes. Mainly because sometimes I'll just... Jeez, what was that? Oh, that was probably someone outside in the high ground. I use this for the axes because I find it quite effective, considering that they're an all-in weapon. So, they do attack quite frequently. So sometimes I have been able to disable an enemy's current weapon. I don't think this works if you use the S-Tech on them. Like, I don't think I've ever actually succeeded in disabling a enemy's weapon while repairing myself. I don't think that's a thing. What else? I have deal critical to a slow target and immobilize them for 1.5 seconds. That's very useful with this. No, wait, this. Here we go. It slows the enemies down. It's especially good for whenever their spark is down, because then I can just deal massive damage to them. Or even with the minigun, like a level 1 minigun, use this and I can pretty much take down their shield with this, though by then they just tend to run away. And of course, destroying an enemy player reduces equipment by 50%, which again I find pretty useful for the deflection grid, which is one of Frontline's main defenses, considering that, you know, he's a melee based guy. He has to be close range for him to be the most effective, and this will help prevent anyone long range from trying to pick him off, at least for a short period of time. So yes, just gonna show him off a bit.
I've waited impatiently for this moment.
Oh, one thing I do have to share about Frontline is that his vehicle mode. Alright. His vehicle mode weapon is actually very, very powerful. It does 2 shield, but it does 5 spark damage, and a lot of people don't know that. But and don't find that useful because it it is quite a close range weapon, but if you can pull it off when someone's spark is down, you can get a lot of damage in while chasing them. Which I find pretty useful. Against a firebreaker though, that'll just be annoying. Oh, I wanted to alright, fine. Yeah. I want to see if I can show you me pulling off the S-Tech with the hammer while the shields are down on a very powerful enemy. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, you want to play like that, eh? This is why I love Frontline's Lightning S-Tech. Look how much damage I did. I just like defeated. Though, like I said, I did take a lot of damage in the meantime, so he's a very give and take kind of bot. He's definitely not the kind of bot you want to target using multiple. You want to have multiple enemies focusing on him. That is one of the worst things you can have with Frontline, because only when he's repairing himself is multiple enemies beneficial. But otherwise, you generally want to try to pick off targets and see if you can just finish one guy and move to the next as quickly as you can. That's how I play Frontline. Alright. Yeah, that's all I have to share with him. He's really is not a difficult guy to figure out, but he's quite difficult to pull off.
I don't like the look of this.
Ah, Terracon Reckoners. Perfect. Alright.
Destroy the Terracons. Enemy tech detected.
Beware. Oh, well, I guess I can use it here. Let's see. R4. The heck? Oh, that took out about half of it. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, okay. Ah. Just gonna keep this up just in case. Alright, level 2 S-Tech. Come on. Get. Alright, let me back up here. Alright. Alright, here we go. Ah. Damn it, I missed. I don't think I'm gonna get another chance, so let's just finish this guy off. Level 1, why not? That did. Nice. Okay. One thing I noticed about Frontline is that his shield can go down pretty quickly, but he can keep his spark up for the most part. Not entirely sure why. And that's not just out here, I've noticed this in PvP. Alright, let's see if I can get my S-Tech to level 2. Alright, let's try this. There we go. Okay, I took about half his health. Which is... Whoa. Thank you. Thank you for that. Alright. So that's kind of how to use Frontline. He's very effective at finishing off an enemy. How do I say it? It's like he's... I guess just the way he's set up, he's very good at either taking an enemy's spark out quickly, or shield out quickly, and then taking out their spark shortly after, but not instantaneously. And that's mainly just due to his S-Techs as well as his number 4 equipment, which again I have the immobilization for. If someone is slowed and I immobilize them, I can keep them in place while you say the lightning on them. which is quite effective. So yes, that's all I have to share for Frontline. Thank you all so much for watching and stream.